Hi, I'm Becca Otis from Five Lines Pottery in Indianapolis, Indiana.
And I'm Ryan Durbin from RD Ceramics, located in Southgate, Kentucky.
And welcome to Wheel Talk.
Hey guys, we've loved answering all of your questions so far. If you'd like to hear your question on the podcast, please send them to us on Instagram at Wheel Talk Podcast or by email to wheeltalkpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks.
Usually we're like right on point. Not last.
We are on point. Did you start it already? All right.
Live.
Live?
Live.
I was trying to think of something that rhymed with live. I was going to say live and
You could say live with 5.
Live? Oh. Welcome, folks. We're live with 5.
I can't say that, but you could.
I had to think about that
I
for a
can
second when
say
you first said it.
live
like,
with rye. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with rye.
And 5.
And 5.
Hi, Becca.
Hi, how are you? How's today?
Good. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
I'm kind of tired today, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I went running today. Did you like that video I sent you?
I did. I love that.
Somebody was like, who is chasing you? And I didn't listen. I listened to it after the fact, and I'm like, man, you can hear me like breathing and stuff. It's
I know.
funny.
I would have preferred the video with like, I don't know, a song.
No audio. Oh, a song.
Like Chariots of Fire.
I mean, I'm trying to think, how does that go?
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, okay. Like usually when it's like slow motion.
Yeah,
But I was running fast though.
and the movie that made that song famous, they're running in it. So,
yeah,
I believe. I can't remember the movie, but
or
is
like
it Chariots of Fire? Is the whole movie Chariots? Oh shit!
I don't know. I was thinking of the song that they play when like Jerry's doing the race on Seinfeld. I don't know if that's that song.
I think it might be.
It's the Superman song.
I
I thought it was like the song for Superman or something.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that movie for Chariots of Fire. I don't think
It's
I've ever seen
a
that.
film. It is the whole film is the song.
When did that come out?
In 1981. But I don't know if the song is called Chariots of Fire, but the main theme song is that song. And they're running.
Okay. Who are the main actors in that? I don't even know that movie. I'm thinking of like an action movie, but is it? It's probably not.
Ben Cross, Ian Charleston, Nigel Havers, Ian Holm, Nicholas Farrell, Brad Davison. Oh, Brad Davis and John Gielgud. Gielgud.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I don't know if I've actually made it through the whole movie, so.
2 hours. Yeah. I don't know that I'll
It
watch
is
that.
Okay. Chariots of Fire, British dramatic film released in 1981 that tells the true story of 2 British runners who brought the glory to their country in the Olympics Games of 1924 in Paris.
Meh.
Anyway, you ran.
Yeah, I ran. I was a little tired. Yeah, I'm trying to get packed up for the Becca Craft Show this weekend. So we're gonna see each other there, and I'm headed to Louisville tomorrow night on Thursday.
Okay.
But I think I got a good idea of what I need to take. I took more than I needed last time. I mean, I always take more than I need anyways. But
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do 1 table less. I'll do, 2 or 3 boxes less than I'm taking. And you're taking planters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not going to take any
Well,
planters.
I don't have very many
normally take
big
those anyways.
planters, so you should take some bigger ones. I think I have 3 big ones. Like, not even big, just like regular size.
Medium size.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine are like 6 inches across by like 3 inches tall for my, like, what I would call medium planters.
Yeah, you should do the medium. You should bring some medium planters. At least I have small planters. I mean, I don't care if you bring small planters, but like, yeah.
I don't really sell the small plant. I don't even usually take planters to shows anymore, just because it's not really worth the table space, and people see it, they don't really know that it's a planter until they get up close to it. So I really just take those to Thimble Gardens to sell on consignment.
That makes sense.
And it's low effort. Like, people are there to get plants, so they just get them from there. Maybe I'll take a few to the farmer's market. I'll do
Yeah.
next
I think
weekend.
farmer's market is a good place for planters.
Yeah. As long as they're good on the price.
Mm-hmm.
I think I retail those for $32.
Yeah. Fuck that shit.
What are your large ones? Or your medium-sized ones?
$15.
Oh my gosh.
Planters are literally quite possibly the easiest thing for me to throw. They take as little...
Do you just have the tray on them too?
No, I don't do the tray anymore. I made some trays. They're not glazed. They were a piece of cake to make. And I usually just fucking throw the tray in with them. I just sell the tray with it. I like...
For $15 total?
I don't fucking care.
Oh my gosh.
Literally, they take no time, Ryan. I throw them in a minute. I put a hole in the side. And then they dry. And that's it.
But the clay costs money, the firing costs money, the space, the glaze. It's not
I'm
nothing,
still making money off of $15.
Yeah.
If I'm making money off...
But you say you only have 3 left, so you could make more if you only got 3 left.
I didn't make very many of the big ones.
Where did you sell the other ones? At Rebecca's show?
Rebecca's show and also the studio opening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they have holes on the sides, which I've found to be quite good.
Nice. Are they angled down so it's like right where the sidewall meets the bottom? Is that what you mean on the side? Or you're talking about at the top?
No, it's on the bottom, but it's like they're not angled down. They're just a fucking hole. I do it with my pinky when I throw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
By the way, if you are making planters, just put the hole in when you're throwing it, because the plant doesn't care. The people don't care. Nobody fucking cares where the hole is.
As long as you have a drainage hole.
As long as you have a drainage hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
So yeah, I just unloaded a good kiln today.
Oh,
That's pretty
good.
much
Oh,
it.
yeah, I saw some of those pictures. Those are great.
Yeah, looking really good. I'm excited. Did you see that little cup that was blue and white?
I feel like I did, but I don't remember it.
It's a little carved cup, but it was a blue pigment that I got. I got some.
Oh yeah.
I think it was a mason stain or something that I got from somebody, and they just gave it to me because they had it, and it was a bag that's probably like a 2-pound bag of it or something, and mixed it up, tested it out, came out nice. And we tested it with the white glaze.
Nice.
So it kind of reminds me of Kurt's like slip things with the white crystalline. Yeah, I always really like that combo. So I normally do the white on the black slip stuff, and I'm like, oh, that looks good. So like this is gonna look good, right? And it did. It looks really nice. So now we're ready to start putting the blue on stuff.
Nice.
Just to see how it goes. Because sometimes the underglazes can be finicky, and I know that I can fire this directly on the shelf with slip, and I don't have to worry about it, which is nice.
Get it.
So, yeah, not much else happened in the studio other than that.
Are you excited for the backyard craft show?
Yes. I'm a little worried about the crowd. I don't know who's going to show up, but we've been running the Facebook ads for like 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever. I think we ended up putting $400 towards it over that time. And then that's pulled from the artist booth sales.
Is your mom putting out posters today?
Yeah, I got the No, she put them out on
Oh, good,
Sunday
good, good.
over the weekend. Yeah, so I got posters printed at a local print shop
They're
here in
not really posters.
Cincinnati.
They're like the yard signs.
They're yard signs. Yeah, they're like weatherproof yard signs. So we got those printed, and then Rachel put the vinyl letters for the actual date so that we can just peel them off and reuse them next year. We got 10 of them. She put them around the neighborhood or around, that area
Yeah.
last weekend. So they're going to be up for a week. And then
Hooray!
I did not get that big yard banner that I was thinking of getting just because I spent over $300 on the yard signs.
Yeah, maybe
I was
next
like,
year.
I don't really want to spend another $300 on a big banner that's like, hey, the show is here.
Yeah.
Or put it out at the street. Maybe at the corner, like on the main street would probably be better
Yeah.
when I do get one.
Just put some
So,
fucking
maybe next
balloons
year.
on the mailbox. Like, well,
Yeah. Yeah,
is
we'll do
Snow
something
Cone
like
Man
that.
gonna be there again? I
Yeah,
felt so
they'll
bad
draw
for
him
him
in.
last year because they just gave away everything and then nobody else bought anything.
Really?
Yeah, remember they the first 50 people or something they gave free snow cones to.
Oh, I feel like he did say that. Why did he do
Because
that?
he's an idiot. I don't know.
I don't know why he would do that. I mean, I was a little worried for them because I was like, I wonder how popular it's going to be for them, but they didn't really care, and it was like a minimum wage guy working
Oh yeah,
it. So
he didn't give a
like
fuck.
he doesn't care. I was worried a little bit that it was like, oh, they're only going to have one truck and they're going to be dedicated to our show and they're not going to get that good of sales and it's not going to be worth it. But I mean, as long as they have the exposure and I guess their
Exposure
person
is
gets paid
like-
for the day, they don't really care, right? They do so many shows. I don't know that they care as much, but I mean, and they're coming back,
Right,
so.
like they knew
Hey.
what they did last time, so they're coming back fully knowing. I also
Right.
love the word exposure. I feel like it's a bunch of full bullshit.
I mean, it's like a glorified ice cream man that's in the neighborhood.
Honestly,
so it's
though,
like, hey,
oh, that's true because all the neighbors can come over and get a snow cone. Fuck yeah, fuck
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
and it's right when you get in the
Yeah,
neighborhood.
fuck
So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
even if you're not coming to the show, you can be like, oh, there's snow cones. I'm curious how the crowd's going to be with the other show happening down the street at this same weekend. I hope that helps.
Oh, did you put some
'Cause the art's
signs
on the
at the
green
other show?
I don't think
We
so.
should go sneaky signs over at the other show and put it right at their entrance.
Put it along. I mean, we could put it along LaGrange Road, like right
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
like at the stop sign or at the light.
For
And
sure.
be like, hey.
Yeah, we should sneaky a sign over there for sure. Can we
Yeah,
wear
maybe we
black,
could do
all
that.
black, and do it at night? And
I
then
mean,
play
I
like.
don't know that we
dun,
need to sneak
dun,
about
dun,
that.
dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun.
dun, dun.
And then we have like a pulley with somebody on a thing, and they're like hovering over the ground to make sure you don't leave footprints.
Dun, dun. That's how I did when I stole my stop signs many years ago.
How did you know where to steal them from? Like, is there an area that's like they're not gonna miss it, or
Absolutely.
they don't
I
stop
would
here anyway?
never steal a stop sign in like an area that somebody could get hurt. This was on a back. I actually do feel bad about it because
What if it was like a four-way stop where it says like four-way, and you just take the stop sign? So it's like, okay, they're not gonna put four-way here without the stop sign.
no,
so.
I would never. No, I would still never do it there either. No, it was at the end of a driveway. like it was at the end.
Why did they have a stop sign
I
there?
don't know, and it wasn't really a drive. I mean, like in Colorado, it's like frontage roads and like a bunch of like dirt roads and stuff, and it was at the end of a dirt road, and actually it hadn't even gone up yet. Like the sign was like laying by the road,
Oh,
and we
no.
like fucking like took it off, and it was at midnight, and so we did
Jeez.
no harm to anybody because it wasn't even up. And then I hid the stop sign for years and years and years, and because I had my brother's stop sign. And I had the stop sign that my brother got from his college roommate, and then I also had the one that I actually stole. And the one that I actually stole, I hid in the attic room, which was I had a room that had a door through my closet into this little attic room that like wasn't finished or anything. It had like shitty carpet, and so the carpet would come up, so I hid it under the carpet. And for years. And then when I left for college, I forgot that it was there. And and when my parents sold their house, I had to text a friend and be like, can you go get that stop sign that's under the carpet? Like, I should have just left it.
Because they're going to find it while they're moving.
I should have just left it for the new owners. They would have never found it.
Wait, it was under a rug?
No, it was under carpet. Like, there was just loose
so
carpet.
you had to pull up carpet from the corner
Yeah,
or
there was like
something?
loose carpet in that room. So, yeah.
Wow. What would your parents have done if they would have found it?
Be very disappointed.
Where do you return a stop sign?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a federal offense.
Is it? I'd suspect it wouldn't be
I
good.
don't know. I don't have the stop sign anymore, so they can't. Nobody. I do
Okay.
have.
I was like, should you be admitting this
I
right
do
now?
have a stop sign. I don't think that we have any cops listening, but if we do, I'm sure there are worse things that you could arrest people for.
I feel like I heard that if it's not a legal stop sign, you're not technically have to stop at it. Is that? Have you
Like
heard
if
that?
it doesn't have the sticker at the bottom that says that it's like.
Like if it's not like a reflective stop sign, it's just like the business just put up a stop sign that's not. It's like faded and everything. Like I feel like I've heard that you don't technically have to stop at that because they have to choose where to put stop
For
signs,
sure,
right?
for sure. I don't know, but I do know that it.
Like in a bank parking lot, like there's one right by the post
yeah.
office that there's a stop sign in the bank parking lot. That is where if there's somebody at the pull through,
Right.
you stop. But that bank is always
Well,
empty.
technically,
It's
the
like-
parking lot is private property, and the cops shouldn't be able to pull you over in private property regardless. So, but I will say that I do know that yellow speed limit signs are suggestions. They are not the law.
yellow speed limit signs. So not the
Not
white
the
ones.
white ones. White ones are law, but the yellow ones that are often on corners.
Like take this turn slowly.
Right, corners, exit ramps, stuff like that. Those are suggestion signs. They're not law signs.
I never thought of that as being a law. Like, hey, you took that corner too fast. I thought that was like, hey, if you were in the largest truck possible, like a
You should go
semi,
this speed,
you need
yeah.
to take it at this
No,
speed
but
because
like-
you could tump over.
Yeah, but like, you know, when you're exiting like on an exit ramp or something like that, or on a freeway when you're on an overpass or something, they always reduce the speed limit.
Oh yeah, I always thought of that as a suggestion.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna be like, you took that curve too fast.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't.
But
No.
I don't know. Okay, so you admitted something you stole in the past. I wanted to admit something I stole in the past when I was a kid.
Oh my god, I'm
I
excited.
stole. It reminded me when you were showing your thing earlier. The only thing that I've like remember stealing as a kid was a 4-pack of pens from Staples. It was like gel pens from Staples, like the G2 pens. Or
Oh,
something.
you're adorable.
I think it was like a gel pen pack.
Did you get caught?
No,
Nice.
but yes,
That's great.
I don't make stealing a common thing.
Aw.
I don't even know why I stole it. I was probably like 12 or 13. Actually, I was probably older than that because I probably drove there.
Oh yeah.
Maybe 15 or 16. I don't know.
Yeah, I would be bad at stealing stuff. For sure.
I wonder if there's people that like snack on things at the grocery store and don't like pay for it.
I don't know.
That probably happens all the time, right?
You know what was really cool? The Fred Meyers in Seattle or in Washington, which is basically Kroger. So I don't know if Kroger
Right.
does this, but they always have fruit and stuff for kids, like
Like a free bin of like, hey, take it if you're
yeah,
a
like
kid.
oranges, apples.
Is it like the past expiration thing, or is it like just for kids?
just to keep them occupied?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was just trying to get them to eat like fruit and stuff.
Maybe that too.
I never thought of it as like a pass the time while you're shopping so your kid stays occupied. I didn't think of that, but that's a good idea
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Did you see my unicats today on my stories?
Yes, yes. Did you just draw
Yeah.
that, or is that a filter? Okay.
But like both of my cats like did the most majestic poses today, and I got pictures of both of them, and so I put a little unicorn on it, like horn on them. It was adorable. Um, I have a farmer's market
Speaking of,
tomorrow.
do you? First one.
First one.
Did you commit to a couple weeks, or did you already commit to the whole
Committed
thing?
to the whole thing.
Really? Sight unseen, huh?
only-
Have you ever attended it?
No, but I have a friend that attended it.
Oh, okay. So you got a little bit of insight
Yeah, she
there.
made $500 the first week.
Okay. Is she a potter?
She does earrings.
Okay.
She's the one that had those cool
Is that the dangle woman that tags you in the dangle daily
No,
dangles?
that's Patty,
No?
the photographer from Claycon West.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, this is the girl who Rachel bought earrings from.
Oh, she does
Yeah.
it. Okay.
So, and I don't know
And that's all she sells there?
I don't know if pottery will sell as well, but all of the other vendors except for her are food. So, there's no other arts
Okay.
or anything
Yeah.
like that. So, and even if I
Interesting.
like make
I'm surprised you committed to the whole thing.
you either have to commit to whole
Like,
or
when does it
half.
go?
So, goes till
You couldn't be like, yo, I want to like make sure this is worth my while. Let me come for 2 weeks and then I'll see how it
it's
goes.
$250 for the entire season. So, it's not that much money. And
It's during the week though,
it's
isn't
Thursdays.
it? So it shouldn't. Yeah, it shouldn't disrupt your weekends or
right,
anything.
it's not that much time, and if I like grow a good community of people and get some connections, worth the $250 in my opinion. So
Right.
gives
So Thursdays
it gives
at
me
what
something
time?
to do. It like makes me go outside my home.
Right.
Looks like there's really good food too. At 4 to 7.
4 to 7.
So,
Okay. Yeah, that's a good
yeah,
time.
after work.
Nice. Is it a good distance from your studio or from your apartment?
Yeah, it's across
So it's
town.
not too out of the way?
It's across town, so it's a little bit of a drive, which wasn't an issue until yesterday when gas
Oh
went
gosh,
to
did something happen to your car?
no, when gas
Oh,
went to
gas, okay.
$5.25 a gallon. Like, what the fuck?
Shit.
What's the gas down there,
I don't know. I haven't been out of the house in like 3 days.
bitch?
I mean, I've seen some social media stuff talking about gas going
went-
up. National average being at $5.
Sunday night, it was $4.79. Monday morning, it was $5.25.
Jeez.
I have never in my whole life seen it raise 45 cents in a night.
That much. Yeah.
I looked up what wholesale prices were for gas.
You mean cost of a barrel? Is that what you
Cost
mean?
per gallon for like people to buy it, like gas stations and stuff. And the national average, I believe, is like $3.22. Or in March it was, so who knows what it is.
Oh yeah, March. That's way off. That's it's a big difference.
I know, but I want to know how much of a like percentage that they make,
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of other fees and stuff they have to. Well, remember, I think we talked about this. Indiana has a bunch of extra fees added into or taxes added into their gas price.
Who even knew that Indiana had like a ridiculously high gas price? Like,
It's because, I think did we talk about this at my parents' house
I
or
don't
something?
remember.
I feel like we talked about it with somebody, and Indiana has a bunch of extra taxes that go into their gas price that I don't know
You're
if
right.
it's the gas
We
stations
did.
that pay it or whatever, but
We
the
did.
state,
Yeah.
the state enforces it on gas purchases or something. Gas
Yeah,
sales.
it's absolutely ridiculous. Like it's almost as much as Washington. Like, what?
Crazy.
Yeah, so anyway.
Yeah, we'll have to. I think I might have to fill up before going to Louisville, but yeah, definitely will be more conscious of it.
Yeah. Oh, I've been super
we
conscious
start.
of it. I was like, I really wanted to put spinach in my pasta salad tonight. And I was like, I could just drive over to the Mexican grocery store and get some. And I was like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way I'm driving over there for spinach. Like,
Yeah, because I mean, you're getting one
Right.
thing of
Which-
spinach for what, $2
2
or
months
something, and then
ago-
you might as well add a couple bucks to it for the
Right.
gas. You're gonna
2 months ago
Going back-
would have been
back and forth.
no problem at all. And now I'm like, fuck no. Oh, I do have a very funny story. Are you ready for my very funny story?
I'm strapped in. Let's
Okay.
hear it.
So, a lot of people maybe remember this, but I went to Memphis this weekend with my friend. Okay, so Teresa.
Walking in Memphis.
So I went to Memphis this weekend with my friend. It was a last minute trip. They called me on Thursday and said, hey, can you leave? No, on Wednesday, and they said, hey, can you leave tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, let's go. We're going to take my car. Turns out my car doesn't have AC, and which I knew, but I thought it was just the Freon.
Freon?
It is not. There's a hole in the Freon thingy. So, it's an expensive fix that my friend's friend is going to do. But regardless, that meant we had to take Teresa's car. Now, Teresa has been driving stick since she was in high school. Her own car has never been an automatic.
And she's about how old? Like, how many
She's
years are we
32.
talking here?
So,
Okay, so she's been doing it for about
15
15 years.
and so, yeah, she's the same age as me minus 8 days. So, so we're like, okay, we're going to take Teresa's car. And then I was like, great, I haven't driven a stick shift since college. And I don't even remember what happened yesterday. So good luck on that.
And why do you have to drive the
Because
stick shift?
I get super car sick. You know this. But,
That's why I
yeah,
asked.
you know this, but I get like ridiculously car sick. So I always have to drive. And this is...
Anything more than like 20
Pretty
minutes
much,
or
yeah.
so. Or,
So this is why I always drive when me and Ryan go anywhere long distance. Drive to Louisville. I drive everywhere. Rachel loves it. So,
Yeah.
so anyway, I'm like, okay, great. So Brandon takes me out, do a test drive with the car around the neighborhood, and I'm like, great, got this. Took me about 15 tries just to get into the fucking driveway. And I'm like, it's fine. It's going to be fine. So Teresa drives out of Indy. And then we get, we eat some food. And then I start driving. And then I stall out at a light. And then I get honked at. And then we're fucking dying laughing. Like, I have not laughed as much as I did on this road trip. Like...
Are you screaming, like, cursing at people? Like, give me a fucking
I'm like
break.
screaming.
Or are you just...
Ryan knows this, but
Oh.
like nobody else knows this. When I drive like this. I'm like, you motherfuckers! Like my octave goes like way higher, and I just become like this like ridiculous human. And so, but no, we're just like, I'm trying. And like, anyway, we get on the freeway. It's all good. We're good. The upper gears are fine. It's just like first gear, right? So anyway, Teresa goes in for an interview at the plant that she is interviewing at. This is for a job. They're moving to Memphis. And, this was our trip to go look at houses and stuff. Like, Brandon stayed behind with the kids. And so she needed somebody to drive with. So, my job is to drop her off at said, plant. She's gonna work for Breyers, which is Unilever. So, yay for ice cream. Mm-hmm. And so I drop her off, and I like barely got out of the parking lot. Like, I stalled. I stalled immediately, and there of course was a car behind me, and so then I like pulled off and then reversed and then went again, and then I like drove down the road, found a rest stop, sat for like a couple hours, and then I just got in the car and drove around this little park that they had like 4 times, stopping, starting, starting, just like practicing, right? And
Right.
in first gear, because that's fucking hard. Gotta have confidence. And then I'm like, great, got it. I'm doing good. I figured it out. And then she texts me. She's like, hey, do you want to go to lunch with us? They said you could come. And I'm like, great, I'm coming right now. And so I like, I drive to the plant, and then I get to it, and there's a fucking gate, and I like do the thing. I'm like stopped, and I like press the thing in. I'm like, hey. I'm here to pick up Teresa, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, great. And so the gate opens. I start to go, fucking stall. And then
I'm guessing there's not somebody at the gate,
no, there's
right?
not
Like,
somebody at the gate.
It's an
There's
automatic
like a
gate,
fucking
probably.
button, and you have to like call them. And so the gate comes down, and I'm like, fuck. And so I push it again, and I'm like, I'm really sorry. Can you open it again? So they open it again, and I fucking stall again, and then
Are they waiting like 100 feet up the road, like watching you?
So wait, stop. So then I get a phone call from Teresa second time, and she's like, "Where are you?" And I was like, I'm trying to get through the fucking gate. Bye. So I like hung up the phone, and I pressed the thing again. And I was like, I'm really sorry. Can you open it again? She opens it again. I fucking stole the car again.
There comes the charm.
I stole the car again. Then the gate closes, and then this guy comes up behind me. There's a truck behind me, like waiting to get in to go to work. And so I like pressed the button, and I can't remember if this was like the fourth or fifth time, but I finally was like, I'm so sorry. I'm trying. I know that I'm an idiot. I'm trying to learn how to drive a stick shift. And she...
Can you just like push the button like 3 times? Just push it, wait 20 seconds, push it again, wait 20 seconds.
No, because it was like an intercom. She had to open up the gate.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like, be like, can you just humor me and just... Is there a camera watching me? Can you just enjoy the show
for like
and just
20
push
minutes?
it?
And so I finally I still stalled out like twice again, and I finally got under the gate and then like figured it out.
Luckily, it wasn't like slamming down on your car.
No, it stayed open and like figured it out. And the guy behind me looked like he was pretty chill, and Teresa is like dying laughing. She's like telling all these people that she's about to work with. She's like, she's stuck at the gate and she can't figure out how to get through. And I like roll up like jerking, and and
They're all
like,
waiting on the
stick
curb.
my head out the window, and I was like, I swear to God, I practiced for 15 minutes. I don't know what I did wrong. I was in third gear. So,
because it goes like left to right to left, right? It kind of like,
well, first is up
gear...
left, upper left. Second is lower left. Third is middle. Fourth is middle down. Third is middle up, middle down. Fifth is, and apparently it's different on every car, because I was talking to Andrew about this, and he said that his reverse is near first, whereas the reverse here is near sixth.
That's where you have to look at the little chart thing, I guess.
Well, the problem is I would have figured it out, but there's a little cover over the gearbox, so you can't tell what gear you're in unless you like really look at it and know, you know? And there's nothing that like alerts you. You're in first gear. Like there's no like...
Shit.
Yeah. So anyway, that was that.
Oh my
By the end of the trip, though, I was pretty good. I did pretty well.
Is it hurting the car much when you're stalling it?
I don't know, but it's not my car.
That's why I would worry about it.
And to be quite honest, they have a lot more
money
money than I
damaging
do.
here?
No, I don't think it hurt the car.
Gosh.
I told her though, I was like, if I kill your car, just let me know and I'll pay for it.
Oh my gosh.
It was so funny.
That sounds hilarious.
She was so patient with me, honestly. She was so patient. We laughed so much. It was hilarious. It was quite hilarious. She drove in the city, you know, and I took like Dramamine the second day.
Yeah.
So,
oh my gosh. I've literally never driven a stick shift, so
I
I
think
don't
that
know what's
you
involved in
would.
that, but it's.
I think that you would do well with it. I have really bad ADHD, as we all know, and it was an issue. Like, it was an actual issue. Like, I forgot the clutch was there a few times. And and I say that and people are like, "Oh, you remember eventually." Like, no, you don't. Like, not when you're me. Like, I forget, like, I shared a story today. Like, I forget to take my pills every single morning, and I've been taking them for 6 months. Like, you don't remember when you have my mind.
And you have to 2-foot it,
Yeah.
right? It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but by the end of, like, we were almost in Indy, and my brain hurt so bad from just, like, thinking so much. And,
Oh
like,
yeah. I mean, that's way more stressful when you're just used to, like, I can drive and I can listen to music and I can sing
Right.
and whatever, and like change a thing on your phone
Yeah.
or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
You can't do that when you're driving a stick.
Well,
I'm
and
guessing.
we were talking and we were listening to a podcast, and so, like, by the end, I was getting so tired, and my brain just was so boggled that I was like, you have to drive the rest of the way. I can't fucking drive.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I told Rebecca that she has a stick shift, and I told her that I'd like to practice once a month. So.
This might seem like a weird question, but do stick shifts have cruise control?
Yeah, this one did. I didn't know that either. I thought that they didn't, but they do. Because once you hit 6th gear, which is 60 miles an hour basically, then anything after that is after 6. So you can go into cruise control.
Okay. You can do
I'm
that
sure
on the
you could
highway.
go in anything lower too, but yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. We have a visitor.
Hi, Maribel.
Mars.
So anyway, that's what happened. That was my. It was
gosh,
hilarious. We went way over on our, like, usual banter, but
Our allotment.
I hope
oh
it
my
was
gosh,
worth it,
36
and
minutes,
you can, like,
but-
anybody that has like a good old boy husband can share this story with their husband, and they'll laugh.
That sounds so funny.
Yeah, it was great.
I want to try this stick shift, but I don't even know who I would ask that has one. But
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
Yeah. Anyway,
Great.
should we do our question?
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
our
do it.
question is actually from Ryan's assistant. And she said, if you could go back to get a degree in something where the classes are paid for, what would it be? And that's Erica Kilroy.
I think we said a bachelor's, right?
No, just said a degree.
A degree.
We both have our bachelor's, so, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, I would technically... I would say... The easy answer is I want to get a Bachelor of Arts in ceramics because I never technically got a bachelor's. I got a minor.
Yeah.
Because I want to do all the firing and
Yeah.
stuff. That I enjoyed all the different atmospheric firings and stuff. But
Okay,
if I
let's, like,
said
cancel
a
out
different one
ceramics.
that-
Like, you can't get a ceramics degree.
Okay. I was initially, when I was talking with her about it, I said like entrepreneurship
Business.
or something
Okay.
like that. Business, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine, hands down, would be industrial design.
Okay. Where would you go to get a bachelor's in that? Or a degree in that?
Probably RISD, Rhode Island School of Design.
Okay.
They have one of the best programs.
Is that
in
like
the country.
Is that an undergrad degree or is that
I'd
more,
probably get I could get a
master's
master's in
level?
it because I've gotten a fine art degree, so I could get a master's. And plus, with ceramics, you
Oh.
already have like a lot of that nature, like natural tendencies. But you do need to learn CAD
Mm-hmm.
programs and stuff like that. So
Okay. Yeah, I just when she asked me that, I was like, man, I just have no urge to go back into the academia, even if it was paid for. It's like the time investment. I was like, that doesn't sound enjoyable at all.
do you know what my long-term goal is? Like, not even long, like always, like my retirement plan has always been to be a custodian at a college so that I could just like
take classes,
for free and just take out the trash. Like, like that's
Yeah.
it.
I would love to like audit classes. I think that would
Mm-hmm.
be fun. So maybe if we were talking about auditing a class where I'm not actually getting graded and stuff, there'd probably be a little more flexibility with what I do.
Yeah.
Because, like, do I really want to write a paper about some business thing that it's like, I'm not really going to move into a career about this. I just want to learn about the topics.
I just want to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
For sure.
What if you were just auditing?
I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what it means.
Auditing means you're not getting graded. You literally just go to class.
I would do that 100%.
Like, I think some people do. I think some, like, older people do that. Like, if you're retired, you could just go back and, like, audit a class. You don't want the grade. You don't want the degree.
Does it cost money?
I think it does.
Yeah. Yeah, I would for sure do that. I just love learning.
I would love to take some of those upper level ceramics ones. Like, they did, like, kiln building or, you know, some of those kind of things are cool.
Yeah, I would not do anything in ceramics. I would definitely go more towards, like... if I like had if I did auditing and stuff like that, I'd want to take some like food science. I'd want to take not chemistry, but
food science, like nutrition,
yeah, something like that. Like just like, and then like in my college they had a beer tasting class. They had like so my college you could get an actual brewmaster's degree, and you could get a what's the wine person. Sommelier, whatever it's called. You could get a degree in that too, because it was a hospitality school, so they had like cooking classes and shit like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's what I'd want to do.
Nice. I feel like I was going to say something else, but I don't remember now. Yeah, man, I'm like right by the school now, and I'm like, man, that sounds... Even though it's so close, I'm like, man, I don't really want to go back into a classroom setting.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it today, recently, because there's an NKU student now that reached out to me that is graduating here in the next semester, I think. I don't know, I'm guessing she's doing ceramics, but she's in that department, and she's looking to just learn in a studio and stuff, so she reached out, and I'm gonna get back with her, but have her come see how I like mix glazes and stuff. That's what she was interested in, just to kind of see how it works. I guess she didn't learn much about that at school, and probably just talk with her about studio kind of things. So I think I might want to reach out to their department and just say, hey, I'm right by school. If you all ever want to have like your class come see the studio, like a working studio.
Right.
Like, come over. It's like literally 3 minutes from campus, so like come on over and we can chat and I can show you what's going on.
Yeah.
A little road trip.
A roadie trippy.
Yeah, so maybe I'll reach out to them. I mean, I know some of the people that are in the department, so that might be kind of cool to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was asking that because she's thinking about going back to school to do something in the arts, actually.
Oh, I see.
Because she works somewhere that they would pay toward her tuition.
Oh, she work at Starbucks?
No, she works for like McDonald's corporate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places out there now. If you work, I mean, depending on where you work, but a lot of places do pay for education and stuff like that.
Actually, what's crazy is that like a lot of fast food places do, which is cool.
And like FedEx and DHL and those kind of UPS, like those kind of places do too, for sure. I know that was a big draw in Louisville because UPS is based there. Yeah, they had pretty good pay, and then they paid for tuition toward school.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So.
Okay. Would you like to talk about... I'll talk about it, but should we transition?
Yeah, you need to introduce what we're talking about today.
We are talking about... surprise, surprise! Becca's life is changing again. So, yeah.
I feel like there's a song to cue here, but I don't know. Changes? Is there a Changes song? Is that a Tupac song? Changes?
I don't know. So this is what's been happening. I have been planning on phasing out of Gravesco, which was the long-term plan regardless, to not be at Gravesco more than about 2 years, just because I'm not a huge fan of working with friends because in the future, typically it ends in demise. And
Just in your
in my
experience?
experience, every friend collab has ended in either a really ridiculous lawsuit or or like ridiculous.
Our friendship is going to court.
Or, anyway, that's why you should never open a business with a friend. Just a word of warning. And me and Rebecca don't have any issues right now. I just do not want to jeopardize the friendship in the future. So, and it was kind of like a transitional point anyway for me to be here. So yes. But also on top of that, my hands are dying. So as we've known for a while.
Yeah, I mean, the production pottery can take a toll on anybody.
Yeah, and I think my hands would have been fine, but a couple months ago when I went to Isaac's, I just did a few things that, like hand motion wise, that brought back a lot of carpal tunnel that didn't work, that hasn't gone away. So,
Damn you, Isaac.
I definitely don't blame Isaac at all. I do blame his clay, but that's fine.
That's where the stiffness of the clay probably factors in, right? It's probably more of a toll on your hands.
It just wasn't a normal for me. It wasn't like a normal thing for me. And also I was holding a rib, which is also not normal for me. So it was two motions that wasn't in my, like...
They were in your comfort zone or in your...
And I thought it would be fine, and I probably pushed myself too hard, and it ended up not being fine. So whatever. It's all good. So, yeah, and Rebecca's like, I've been wondering how you've been dealing with production anyway.
Like body-wise?
Body-wise, yeah. So, she was
Because you've been working there for how long?
I've been working there a year and a half.
Okay. And pretty much throwing production 5 days a week for a year and a half.
I throw 4 days now.
Pretty
but
four days a week?
For a year, I threw for 5 days, and then I've been throwing 4 for probably since January. And I throw 100 pieces a day typically, but I also throw the bigger stuff, some of the bigger things. And when I do that, I don't throw as much. But, yeah. So there's that. I don't produce any more or any less than any of my other coworkers, but yeah.
But you're kind of foreseeing a little bit of the road ahead,
right?
Whether it's relationship wise or body wise,
right?
It sounds
I am a forward thinker, so like that's why I sold my house, and that's why all of these things I always I plan ahead. Maybe to my demise, but usually not. So, anyway, I talked to Rebecca, and at first I was like, maybe I could open up another paint your own pottery. And then I talked myself out of that. And now on Thursday, I was talking to Rebecca, and I was like, what do you actually need to be thrown? And she's like, we're all caught up. And we're in a slow period right now. And I was like, how about I take a couple weeks off? How about I give you a financial break? I probably make the most money as far as the production potters. Me and Sarah might be the same, but and I was like,
because she's been doing a lot of work getting the rebrand
right. We all heard it
and
last week.
All the photography, the website. Yeah, we talked about it. Because she's not going to ask you to say, "Hey, I need you to take
right."
time
Rebecca's
off
number one priority is employing her employees, not firing somebody.
Yeah, making sure they're making a livable wage, and within if they want work,
they have
hopefully
it. Yeah,
there's work to be given.
That's her number one priority, and so. And I know that I can stop at any time and pick up right where I left.
You don't have you don't need a ramp up period
right.
of 3 days or something to get back.
Yeah,
into
I don't usually need a ramp up period. So, and like, Sarah doesn't have that. Like, she doesn't sell online almost at all. Merritt has been kind of taking a break. And so I was like, I'd rather let them have money and me make money elsewhere if I can.
Right.
And so that's why I signed up for the farmer's market. And that's why I've been doing like I did a flash sale tonight for, what did I do it for? Pasta bowls. And
are you still calling them pasta bowls?
shitty pasta
Or are we
bowls.
calling them something different?
Yeah, they're pasta bowls.
Shit bowls. Shitty pasta bowls.
And right now I'm at 11 orders. So $815, which is fine with me.
Nice.
All I need to do is make it.
I mean, that's good,
Yeah.
honestly. That's better than I expected. Or that's dollar-wise, like, that's good. I'm guessing that was multiple items. So,
Right. It was 11 sales. Average sale was $74. So, and like I sold a set of
good.
6 for $100. So, but all I need.
Because you were doing that incentive for $20 a piece or 6 for $100.
So all I need to do is make $1,000 a week to match what I'm making at Gravesco. Probably maybe 1,100 to compensate for taxes. But yeah. So.
Because I mean that's better on your body if you are taking pieces from start to finish, right? Versus just focusing on throwing.
Yeah, because you're doing all of the things,
Yeah, you're giving your hands some rest. You're probably giving your back some rest when you're standing up, working at a table, doing all different parts. It's good to work your muscles.
Yeah, and you're glazing
right?
and you're I'm not trimming, but you're doing all the things. And also, I don't have to work any harder.
Do you get are you in a state now that, well, not now, but like, are you getting to a part where you've got a goal in mind, so now you're kicking it in the butt a little bit to like get going? Because I know before you were kind of like, oh, this is like extra money.
Yeah, now that I have to make
work you were
money,
making.
I'm making money. But also it's like, I threw 50 pieces the other day and it took me 2 hours. And like at the studio, and then I threw 50 pieces the next day, and I'm like staying at the studio this week. I think that it's really interesting, the perspective of post burnout Becca versus pre-burnout Becca, because like pre-burnout Becca, I would have been like, I gotta do all the things and I gotta have all the things. Post burnout Becca is like, I'm gonna go into the studio for 4 hours a day and that's it. Like,
well, I mean, you're way more efficient with your 4 hours.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, giving yourself that I'm going to be there for 4 hours, I would think your mindset is more focused, because you do have to go to the studio.
Right.
So
yeah,
you're in a more like, okay, I can get a lot done in 4 hours because I know exactly what's going to be good time wise for me to work on. And
right.
stuff
Like today,
that,
I
right?
went in and I was like, okay, I gotta unload the kiln, glaze the stuff, load the kiln, and then put handles on mugs. And then I'm leaving. Like, that's it. That's all I have to do today. And I left at 2. And and I packed up all my shit for the farmer's market. And I left at 2, and
Oh, you have the market tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow. Okay.
so
Sweet.
so I left at 2, and it was great. And I was like, this is so amazing. Like, with my ability to throw so fast, and with the breakdown of products, and with the like not having to trim anything, and the things that I've like implemented into the shitty cup line or the shitty pot line, I'm like, wow, I just made my life fucking easy. If I can pull this off, I might never not do anything else again. Like 4 hours a day.
Until you get bored with it or you get tired of it. Because that's coming, Becca. That's gonna come in a few months or a year. I don't know.
Well,
it's
and
come.
I've done pottery for such a long time, but the goal is to get out of pottery, production at least. And also, people are gonna get sick of shitty cups, so they'll,
No, they're not. You're gonna find a market in this area. I feel like.
Yeah, we'll
it.
see. Anyway, yeah. So that's happening, and then Ryan's sending me all these shows. And
You can't give me an in, Becca. You can't be like, I'm signing up for shows, and I'm gonna be like, all right, I'll take some of the work off you, because I know some of your thing. I think you told me this, but you were saying like I'm just stuck.
I'm
like
frozen.
You're like, yeah, you're like, I think I know what I want to do. Like I want to do these shows, and I want to, but where do I start? What shows are available? You know, a lot of shows now are, you've got to apply like 6 months before, but there's certain shows you can find, but they're not documented as well, so you kind of got to hunt to find them.
I gotta show you my list. I
saw you documented it. I don't remember if you shared it on. I think you shared it on
how many
Instagram.
shows I put in.
Yeah, you got like 7 or 8 in there. It looks like.
So those all have those are all within a deadline, like they're not past deadline. And I even went on Zapplication, which was new for me. Wow. That's pretty easy to find shows just by date.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, you can filter it by date, you can filter it
city.
by state, by region.
Yeah, so that was brand new for me. And because, like, I don't know if a lot of you realize, but when I was in Washington, I knew almost every single person that I was doing shows for, going to farmers market. Like, it was one of those things where it's like, hey.
You get an in with somebody and you stick with it.
Yeah, around like Wednesday, you're like, hey, do you have an opening on Thursday? And they'd be like, yeah, come on down.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a totally different environment. So, like, you know, so
starting from zero kind of.
Yeah, so informal to very formal. And so so I'm trying to figure out shows, and then me and Rebecca have a meeting set up to talk about maybe going into consulting and starting up a Patreon, like a personal Patreon for like throwing tips and efficiency stuff.
Like get in the weeds of specific things that you're on the wheel, or
right. So it's not as much like I'm gonna throw a bunch of pots, but I'll get on the wheel in a day and do demos on all these different things. So,
cool.
Yeah. And I don't know what else I need to do. Like, if I want to make like $4,000 a month, I don't really want to make more than that.
Oh, did you say 800 a week? Is that what you were shooting for? Is that what you're talking about?
Like 1,100 a week.
1,100 a week.
So 4,400 in a month. Now, keep in mind, I can live off of 2,000 in a month. But it'd be nice to have a little extra.
Well, plus, like, prices of things are going up.
Yeah,
so
like,
just
my monthly budget has been $1,000 for the last couple months, and, like, other than my rent. And I was, like, right on the money every single time, so. But
nice.
Then I did the math, and I was like, holy shit, I'm doing what I used to do. Like...
You're talking about production-wise?
No, about money-wise, like
money-wise.
living for $24,000 a year.
Oh.
Like...
Yeah. Going back to the $4,400 a month, is that what you mean?
Well, $4,400 a month is like $48,000. But...
I thought that's what you were saying, $4,400 a month?
Yeah, $4,400 a month. But, like, my budget, my actual budget, like, me spending is $2,000. And so it's like, wow. Like, wow, Becca, you're going to spend, like, $12,000, like, in a year. Other than your rent.
Right.
Like, God, I can't even imagine if I made how much money you make. Like, what I would spend my money.
Well, I mean, most of our money goes into savings, and then we drop a whole bunch of money on stuff like the patio getting done every now and then. And then we've also got the AC unit needs to get fixed, actually, too, because it's leaking. And that's going to be not cheap.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have to drop $800 on my car AC. And, like...
And that shit's going to be important as we get into the... middle of the
like,
summer.
I don't need an AC, like, for going around town. windows open, totally fine. But like if I'm gonna drive to Cincinnati or
Louisville, yeah, you're not driving at 80 miles an hour on the interstate with your windows down.
I am, but like now I am, but like if I ever drive with somebody else, like
You're like, sorry, I don't have
like,
AC.
sorry. So yeah, that's kind of important. And
Yeah.
I found somebody who will do it a lot cheaper than a regular mechanic, so I've got to get on it now. But yeah, I mean, like, I also signed up for. I also dropped QuickBooks. Started a clean slate.
Were you paying monthly for QuickBooks, or were you paying
annually? So it already, like, I probably didn't even need it the last time, but when it renewed annually, whatever. But I finally canceled it.
How much is that annually?
It's too much. I think it's like $400. It's way too much money.
$400. Okay, I was gonna guess like a couple $100.
But so I already pay for Hurdler, the one that tracks.
I saw that. What's up with their Instagram? Why do they have like their last post is from 2019?
Dude, I don't fucking
What's
know. I was gonna message them and be like,
it looks like a legit Instagram, but I'm like, come on, company, what's going on? Are you a startup and you lost your digital marketing people?
They probably are like, you know what? We don't need an Instagram. People just find us through the app.
Yeah, which they can totally find from their phone on social media if they're sharing anything.
But I know I thought about messaging them and being like, yo, I could bump you guys up a little bit because like three people messaged me and was like, oh my God, tell me how it goes. Because so they do
yeah, I just saw their couple posts that they had.
Yeah, they do mileage tracking.
They were showing something about the mileage.
They do mileage tracking, and I've done their mileage tracking for probably 4 years now. And it's great. Like, all you do is you just make sure the app is on, and it auto tracks all of your miles, and you just say you swipe left for personal and swipe right for business. So, like, every drive. And then... Right. But they also have invoicing stuff and like your expenses and your income and your taxes and stuff like that. So I'm really interested to see how it works as like a software for money for bookkeeping. It should be interesting to see, but it hooked up to Square really easily and hooked up to my bank account really easily. And
oh, cool. So it interfaces with the Square invoices? Because I was thinking of invoices and I use like Square invoices.
Well, let's see, because let's see, actually, because
I would think Square would be good for I really like the Square invoicing. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, I think that you could I think you have to pay extra for the invoicing feature, but it takes in all of the Square sales. So
oh, and it like categorizes them as business transactions and however you want to categorize it.
Yeah.
From there.
So, and what's really nice is that like it comes in and you can say it's business or you can say it's personal. And then let's see, you can say who the client is. You can add a receipt if you need to. You can do a note. You can say it's a refund. Or, ooh, I don't want to do that. Go away. Or anything like that. I don't know if it's, so we'll see. I'll give an update in the future because, like, I sold a bunch tonight, so it'll be interesting to see. But, like, I had a mobile deposit of $374. That's because I think my insurance fucked up and, like, just sent me a check for $374. But I cashed it anyway. So, anyway, that's...
Maybe you overpaid or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Because I was so separate from that, I was talking to you about, you know, would you be interested in getting your work in shops or something like that?
Yeah.
Because, you're cool on the wholesale. Like, I feel like you like the wholesale, but you don't want to work too hard for it, I
Right.
guess. As long as it doesn't kill you to keep up with it. But like I mentioned, a shop that I sell with that does consignment with like planters, and does that seem like something that would be in your wheelhouse and something that would interest you, so you don't have to do the work to sell it?
Yeah, maybe. I think that it'd be tough with the price point that I have going right now, because I'd have to figure out the price situation.
Do you think you'd have to raise your prices across the board if you did decide to go into shops?
I think I might have to, yeah.
Well, I mean, you're basically starting fresh, selling your own stuff in person. So, if any time is good, I mean, now's not a bad time to. I mean, you got to think. I mean, you got your show tomorrow, but like thinking about it before you have a bunch of customers that know you and know your prices. I don't know. I mean, you've got some flexibility here. You've got some ways to experiment with, right?
I think that yeah, it's hard because so I was also thinking about like having one of my friends um hook me into like I need to get off of this, sorry. I really like bookkeeping.
You're distracted, I can tell.
I was like, it started asking me all these questions. I really like bookkeeping. um, that was also another thing. Maybe I should just become a bookkeeper. So I was thinking,
Get a certificate for it.
yeah, just like get a certificate. I was thinking that it would be good to get on Fair, and then if I just sell my pieces for $15 wholesale or $18 wholesale, then they can sell them for whatever they want. I'm still going to sell them for $18 wholesale, but they can sell them or $18 retail, but they can sell them for whatever they want. So I was thinking that might be a way to do it too. But I don't know if that's ethical. Is it ethical to do that?
I mean, you're the one setting the price. Are you worried about undercutting other makers that are selling
Fuck no.
similar things because yours
No.
is so cheap? Is that what you mean by ethical?
I mean, is it ethical to sell my pieces at my store for $15 and then have a store sell them for like $30?
What are you talking about? That's wholesale. You're selling them on Fair at wholesale price,
Well,
right?
it would be my retail price that I would sell them on Fair for.
Wait, I thought the Fair side of things is wholesale. I thought you're buying
what
wholesale.
I'm saying is, okay, so I sell a shitty cup for $15 at a farmer's market, right?
Retail, yeah.
So I would sell on Fair those shitty cups for $15. Like, I wouldn't take the price down. I would just sell it for $15, and they can choose whatever price they want. Is that ethical?
I don't know. I mean, it's up to them whether they buy it or not, right? The price is set.
Yeah.
I'm guessing competition-wise, you would probably be right in the mix of people selling similar cups at that price,
Probably.
right?
Yeah.
On Fair. I'm sure Rebecca sells similar cups that you've made like that for $15 or more.
17, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think 17, 20, something like that.
I think Fair's a little different, right? They're buying your stuff to sell it at their shop. They're not necessarily putting your name on it at the shop. It's different than like a wholesale.
It's not like I'm gonna fucking
where
stamp.
you're selling directly to a wholesaler. I think it's a little different.
Well, no, it is exactly like a wholesaler. Like,
it is a wholesaler, but they're not buying it because it's Five Lines Pottery. They're buying it because they're in a marketplace and they're trying to look for something that matches their style that they're looking for.
Yeah. And like, I'm not gonna stamp my pieces. Like, fuck that shit. I'm not gonna fucking sign my pieces. Like,
does Rebecca put her?
Yeah, we put a logo on the bottom
on her, like where people. Well, if she has on the website like where to buy my stuff, does she put the wholesalers that buy from her on Fair in there? Like, I do that because my wholesalers say, "Hey, can you mention that you have your stuff available at these places?" But I feel like Fair is a little different because it's kind of like Etsy, where it's like you're going to fair, like you're going to Etsy for handmade. I don't know if it's all handmade, but you're going there to get a wholesale items that are unique, and you don't necessarily care who the maker is.
Yeah.
All the time, and you're just, trying to get a certain curated style.
That bitch bought basil. Where does she have it? I'm on I'm on Rebecca's website right now looking to see if she has all of her wholesalers on here, and she has a picture of planters and there's one with basil in it, and I want to know where it is because I love basil. Anyway, so yeah, she doesn't have a list. Wait.
Yeah. I don't think it would be a big deal for you to set $15. I mean, you're just shortchanging yourself at a show to sell it for $15 locally, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, why would you sell it at 15 at a show
Why would I?
locally? Yeah.
This is a shitty cup. We talked about this.
I'm just saying, why would you say? Is it because of your stance on what you want to sell it for? You want people to afford it, be able to afford it? Is that why you're selling it? You want a larger range of people to be able to afford it?
Sure, but I also think it's fun to sell a cup for $15.
Okay.
It's just,
And then you're like, let the people who are willing to buy it wholesale buy it at 15 because I'm not going to drown in wholesale
Correct.
orders.
well, and also I'm not going to sell them for $7. Like, I don't make any money at $7,
Right.
I guess I barely make money.
And you still
at
make
15.
money and you still make money.
I mean, I think I do because here's the thing. I made 50 cups on Monday. Took me 2 hours. Took me another, 20 minutes to sponge them off, put them in the kiln. It took me maybe an hour with waxing to glaze them today. That's 3 hours of my work plus I don't really pay for the power. No,
You
not
don't?
at our
Even with energy costs going up and
not
stuff
at
like
our
that, they
studios
don't charge
yet.
you for
I don't know
power.
what's going on with that. So he might add it, but he likes us a lot. So so 3 hours of work for 50 cups, and 50 times 15 is $750. That's like that's literally, I don't know what 750 divided by 3 is. $250. That's $250 an hour that I'm making on those cups of my hands-on
200
time.
$250 an hour? That doesn't sound right.
That's right.
You're talking about you spend a total of an hour to make $250 worth of cups?
No, I spent
I'm sorry.
I spent 3 hours to make $750 worth of cups.
But you've got to do all the work to sell it. It's not sold just because you get it complete in the studio.
Okay, we'll add like a little bit more. Okay, we'll add.
I mean, it's basically double the time, right? I mean, you got to go to a show, you got to pack up, you got to drive to and from, you got to spend money on gas to and from, you got to pay for the booth, you got to talk to people all day.
Yeah, but you're forgetting that I have
that's just as much.
like probably $1,000 worth of inventory already in my car. That was only 50 cups.
Okay, but you still have to get paid for all the pieces, right?
You still have to get paid for all the pieces. But what I'm saying is, like, let's leave the show out of the question. Let's say I do a fucking flash sale and I sell 50 cups. That's $750 worth of cups. And it took me, 5 hours total to get them, take pictures, and then put them on the internet? Maybe.
And box them up?
Oh, boxing them up takes, like, no problem. Like, an hour. Like,
An hour to box
Sure.
all of them?
Are you kidding me? Do you know how many times me and Andrew...
All right. I just don't want you to underprice what you're spending your time. I feel like people do that a lot, and they just say, oh, boxing and shipping is nothing. But when you add up and multiply it by 30, like, it's not nothing. You can't literally get that done in 10 minutes.
No, you can't get it done in 10 minutes, but I could get 40 packages done in less than 2 hours. Easy. Like, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm going to have to up my flat rate shipping, though. I feel like $10 shipping.
Yeah, I saw you talking about that. I mean, those bowls are not small boxes.
No.
So.
And those, thankfully, only one person, like, missed the mark and did $5 shipping. But, like, I don't mind paying...
What do you mean, did $5 shipping? They caught it before you upped it?
They either caught it before I upped it, or maybe there was an option. And they chose the cheaper option, which is fine. Whatever.
Of course.
Whatever. Everybody else chose the actual option. But, yeah. So, no, I know that $15 is super cheap. I think I was selling them for $18 online. And I understand that is super cheap. I'm fully aware. And we will do...
You just want that number. You just want the 15 number.
It's a very satisfying number.
As long as you keep up with the volume and you're not hurting yourself. But if you're worried about the body strain, then you would want to up the price, right?
If I was worried about the body strain. I'm also going to be doing fancy cups, too. It's not like I'm just going to be doing shitty cups. So...
Mm-hmm.
And those take so much fucking time. So, like...
Right.
Those will...
And if you get to a point, you're going to have to up those, right?
I don't think...
Or are you going to keep them 100 for a long time?
Solid at 100.
Okay. So the demand for those doesn't change your willingness to change the price. You're still going to make them. It's just if they sell or don't sell.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to do more online than in-person shows. You know, I'd love to do flash sales. Like, those are fucking easy. Like making $800.
Yeah, it's like you're making a wholesale order.
Oh yeah, they're fucking great.
Like you said in the past, it's like a wholesale order, but you've got to ship them out to multiple people.
They're fucking great. Like this one that I just did with Square, like the ones with the bowls. Like, most of them chose white. And, you know, it was basic. Like, you get a set of 6 white. You don't get to choose, like, 4 green, 1 white, and 1 yellow. Like, you know, that's not an option. It was just, like, 6 white, 6 random, 6 blue. Like, you know, and then ship it out, and that's it. Like, all I got to do is make them, and it won't take very long to make them.
Yeah.
So the only issue with those ones is the size. Like, they just take up a lot of space.
Yeah. Space in the kiln, and then they take extra glaze, and then, you know, how much packing.
Yeah, the packing.
Are you going to be doing for these?
The packing's a bitch.
Are you going to do the cardboard between them, stack them all together, wrap them in corrugated, and then...
Yeah, I was looking at... I need to, like, go to the box store and see what kind of cardboard and stuff they have. The last time when I shipped them... Because I only shipped, like, a few of the bowls. I think that when I did the last pasta bowl flash sale that I did, I sold 212.
Oh, my gosh. 212? That must have sucked packing all those.
Well, that's the thing, is that all but one were pickups. So you had to be a local. So
did you have anybody local to Indy that bought any of these?
And I didn't have a pickup option. But once I start doing the farmers market and that's why I need to do the farmers market to, like, get a community, you know. And so once that starts happening, that's piece of cake. But yeah, so, like, when I shipped those the last time, I, like, put flat boxes and I didn't open them. I just shoved the bowl in them so it looked like a flying saucer kind of. And then just like taped them around and shoved them in the box like with no packing. So.
What did you put between the bowls?
No, they were like encased in cardboard. They were like.
All four of them were stacked together.
Yeah.
And wrapped in cardboard, flat. Like, okay, you didn't put anything between each bowl, like a slab of cardboard.
No, because there was 2 boxes between them, basically.
Oh,
so
okay.
It wasn't corrugated
Gotcha.
cardboard. It was a fucking
You
box. Like.
Oh, so you double boxed them.
Kind of. Okay, so picture a flat box, and you know how you can open it up at an angle, and.
I don't know what you mean by flat box.
Oh.
Just a shallow brown box? A shallow cardboard box?
6x6 square box. Okay? That's flat.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And if you open it up a little bit, you open it up so it's 2 inches tall, and you just shove the bowl inside, and then you smush it down on the ends and just tape it, so it's like it's got its own little box.
I gotcha. But you shoved the stacked bowls inside there. Okay. I was not getting the whole
So
flat
there were
box
6
thing
flat boxes right next to each other in the big box.
Oh, okay. So you did individually. Each one was in their own. Okay. I did not understand
And that's
that.
the only way I've ever like shipped the bowls like that. And so I'm like, ugh, how am I gonna ship them? Like,
Yeah. It always sucks for me when I have to ship the cereal bowls for like wholesale, and the box is fucking massive because I can't stack them because the rims would be on the sides because it's not like foot to foot because it's a cereal bowl. And I just corrugated cardboard, like 6-inch corrugated cardboard one way, 6-inch the other way, and then I just stack them in there. But there's a bunch of empty space inside the middle of the bowl, which takes up a lot of room in the box, but I don't really know a better way to ship them right now. And I don't want to put anything inside the bowls.
Right.
That doesn't sound like a good idea for something to rattle around.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's so fucking hard. Like shipping bowls, like that's why I understand why people like mugs and cups, like to make mugs and cups. Like shipping bowls is such a fucking bitch. It's like.
And they're probably like more fragile too.
Yeah,
I would think.
For sure.
Cause, the rims and
So,
stuff.
do you want to hear what I don't even know what this podcast is really about this week, but it's mostly just like going through we're just like mind mapping it out and talking it out, I guess. But, so I was trying to figure out a way to, make handles for mugs because God forbid, oh my God, I fucking hate mugs. And I said I would never make mugs again, but here I am making mugs.
I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, Becca must be really desperate if she's putting hands on.
Don't get used to it, guys. I was like, what am I doing? And I texted Rebecca and I was like, do I need to make mugs? And she's like, yeah, you do. And I was like, fuck. And
do you want a hanging mug rack like I have? I made like 4 extras.
Oh,
you
really?
Can have one.
Maybe I should get one.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll bring one to Louisville.
Okay. I don't know that I have an extra pipe
Okay.
though. I have a big maybe I can use the angle grinder and cut it before I come.
Whatever. I'm easy.
You need to hang it from something. You could hang it from your booth with like just the corner of your booth, but I don't know that it's going to hang that nicely.
Oh, I have something. You're good. I'm good.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll bring one.
I can figure it out. It's fine. My booth is very hangable.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, so this is how I did my handles because I realized that with my hands being the way that they are, I won't be able to pull handles. It's just not going to happen.
Because of the whole, like, getting your thumb
Yeah,
tight.
and just like my hand's gonna fall asleep immediately. And so so I did really small coils and then flattened them out with my roly penny thing, and they looked really good. Like
Did you extrude the coils, or
I
you
do
just
not have an
You just
extruder.
rolled them out? Okay.
So I just fucking rolled those suckers, which I feel like is good too because it compresses them a little bit. But yeah, I would love to get an extruder, but that's not in the cards right now. So not gonna happen. All those things I sold.
Yeah. All right. I have to ask, are you going to make garden
I already
snakes?
made them.
Oh, you
yeah.
did?
I have like 50 of
Nice.
them in a box right now. I need to make a new.
Okay. Are they
Yep,
stamped
I
and
need to make a new
everything?
batch. But yeah, they've been selling pretty well.
Okay.
Yep,
Sweet.
already made them.
Have you sold them online, or you're
I
just
am
selling them at
not
shows
selling garden
randomly?
steaks online. The last time I did that, shipping them was a fucking bitch. Like, I had to buy specific boxes.
Why is
They were
that?
12 inches long, but they were skinny. So, like, I could put them in a triangle box.
Wait, they're that
Yeah.
long? Whoa. Okay. I didn't realize. I thought they were maybe like 8 or 10 inches
No, they're
long.
a foot long.
But they're for, like, because some of them say like tomatoes or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
but, like, you have to have at least 5 inches to stick in the ground.
That's true. I was thinking like a little pot,
I still put them in little
like
pots.
basil, but it's like a countertop
Yeah.
pot. That's what
I
I
still
was
put them in
thinking.
little pots. They still look good in those. But I should probably do mini ones, but yeah. No, they're bigger because I figure people will put them in their actual garden.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are done,
Okay.
and I got a cool little setup for that.
Are you going are you going to do the little baking route if people want to do that, or are you just going to do them all and just see what sells and just
I
go
think I'm
that
gonna
route?
do them all. I don't know. I haven't decided yet because
I feel like you're overcomplicating it if you have to tell them all the instructions, and then you're going to get questions about it
yeah,
afterwards.
I mean obviously you'd
That's
have
just
to
my
like
personal
print out
feeling.
instructions so that they're easy to follow. But yeah, I will likely just do them all because the funny ones are the ones that
Yeah.
sell, you know. So
Right. I wet my plants or something like that. Do you have something
yeah,
like that?
Survivor, Rip, Please Don't Die.
What do you use? What are you using for those, and when are you applying? I'm trying to remember because I have a project that I'm trying to
Yeah,
do
so I
that
actually do 2 firings with the garden stakes just because I'm scared shitless to once fire them because the way that I fire them is so compressed. But I do a bisque and then I do a glaze just bare, and then I have archival ink, and I stamp the ink on with
like
a
a
rubber,
rubber
stamp,
stamp?
and then I can fit like 50 or 60 of them in my oven, and then just line them in the oven, and then you do start it cold, go to 425 for an hour, and then turn it off, and then you just let it cool down. Yeah.
naturally cool.
I
Okay.
think that it would be fine to take them out when they're hot. I think that they say to naturally let it cool because usually people are doing this with mugs, you know, and they're
Right.
probably low fire mugs. So if you pull them out when they're hot, they're gonna fucking crack. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I have a project that I'm doing for a wholesale mug order, and they want their custom stamp on the bottom, and I was thinking of this like Minnesota clay ink pad things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Or I don't know what they are exactly. Is it kind of like an
Yeah, it's an
underglaze
underglaze
stamp? Okay, I was thinking something like that. Something I can get easy that is reproducible and it's simple. I don't want to come up with I was just gonna get a rubber stamp
Yeah.
made
Have them pay for the
and go that
stamp.
route. Yeah, they're paying for it. And then I'll have them pay for the pad or whatever
Okay.
if they need to. Or I can use the pad, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm guessing that's part of the instructions, but do you do that after bisque.
So
anyways.
when I was doing the stamps like that, I would always do it on greenware because when it goes through the bisque, it's already baked on. If you do it in the bisque and then you wax your piece, I don't think it would run with the wax that you use. But if you wax your piece, sometimes it smears. But you can do it at either stage. And
yeah, it says temperature range between 06 and 9. Glaze can be applied after stamping. Apply to bisqueware with a clear glaze covering.
yeah, no, just put it.
But I'm just putting it on the bottom on the bare clay, so.
Yeah. Okay,
Gotcha.
so let's talk about what I should have in my booth. Should we talk about that?
For which ones? The farmer's market?
General. Shows in general.
Sure.
Okay. So.
What kind of shows are you thinking that will help
arts festivals.
us?
That's what I found, mostly like art.
Not like fine art.
Not like fine art. No, like there's a celebration of arts in Franklin and like a wine and art festival in Greenwood.
So that it sounds like price point wise, it sounds like a $150 or cheaper booth.
Yeah, there is one.
Or $100 and cheaper booth.
Yeah, there is one that's called This Must Be It. That's an indie that should be really good, and that's $200, which I'm kind of bummed about, but that's okay.
Is that a 1 day or 2 day? I feel like that's not bad for 2 days.
Okay, so regrettably, I have mugs.
You gotta have mugs. I mean, is it really gonna be that bad? Like, if you have a mug rack, you can make 25 mugs. That'll fill the mug rack, or 20 mugs, and then you can have an extra 10 or 15. Those are simple.
And then we have wine glasses, and I don't feel like I need to put. Should I put out? I don't feel like putting out bowls. Do you ever sell bowls? Yeah,
I do. Yeah. Yeah, this past show that I just did over the weekend. Oh, I didn't talk about that, but yeah, I did a show this weekend. I sold about $1,500 at a 1 day West Side Market.
Nice.
10 to 3. Pretty good. A lot of repeat buyers. Yeah, I sell. The bowls I sold were a couple cereal bowls. I actually sold like 3 serving bowls. Actually.
Do you think I should have bigger bowls?
Yeah, I think it wouldn't hurt to have like 5 bigger bowls on display. Like, you could make 5 big bowls.
I should make
quickly.
mixing bowls. People will fucking buy those.
Maybe. I've never made a mixing bowl, so I don't know the market for that. I just feel like the price point on like a mixing bowl or like a nesting bowls and stuff. Like, I've seen Andrew make those, and I'm like, how much do you sell those for? Like a set of nesting bowls, they're like $300 or $350. I'm like, do people actually spend that money for that? He's like, yeah, sometimes they do.
No, I would make like a big mixing bowl, probably like the size of the...
Like a 4 or 6 pound bowl?
Like 4.5 pounds. And then with a spout, I probably sell that for $75.
Yeah, you can make that easily. Nice, okay. I was thinking your Becca price was going to be like 60, so I'm glad you said 75.
Well, I'm going to trim that, and that's not a shitty pot.
Yeah.
That's like, shitty pots have a size limit.
That's gonna be bigger than the width of your 5-gallon bucket probably. So I mean, it's a big bowl.
Oh
right?
Fuck! I gotta think about that. Maybe I'll do smaller ones. Anyway, okay, and then we've got pinch pot, and I got a way to make.
You can put those in a basket
and I got a way to make those
a bin.
Easier, so I don't have to trim them, and they won't get any S cracks in them. And then I don't.
Are you gonna do garden stakes at those shows?
Oh no, not at the.
No, why not? Those are the cheapest items you have, right?
Steaks.
Or I mean, you don't have to, but
well, they're funny, so they bring people in.
Oh yeah, that'll bring a crowd, and that'll have people huddle around and, hey, look at this.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got mugs, wine, pasta bowls, big bowls, pinch pots, Garden steaks, fancy pots.
Fancy pots, yeah. Are you going to take pasta
I put
bowls?
pasta bowls in there, yeah.
Okay.
And should I have anything else?
You have wine glasses.
Oh, planters.
What about your planters? Yeah. Planters never don't sell
I
that
feel
well
like
for me
planters
at shows.
might
I don't
just
know
be
why.
a farmer's market thing for me.
Yeah. Cuz I'm wondering what else would fill your booth like um what's your high price point? Your fancy
Yeah.
cups? Yeah.
I could do a variety of mixing bowls, like half size, tiny size.
Uh-huh. Would you ever do like a tall vase in a fancy cup? So that would be like a $200, $300 piece? I don't want to put work on you, but I'm trying to give you a price range so it's like, you have something to
Maybe.
come down to.
Maybe. I feel like all of the big pieces that I've done
I feel
have
like
cracked
that's
on the bottom for some fucking reason with this clay.
I feel like that's a good assortment. And you don't think your mise en place are worth making, do you?
I don't know. The last time I did mise en place, I used to sell 3 for $10, and they used to fucking fly.
Well, if you did like 3 for 15,
Yeah.
that's still so cheap. $5 a little bitty bowl. That's
Well,
so
I mean,
cheap.
it's slab, but
Would that help your body to make the
not
slab work?
necessarily. It's just like the pinch pots are funner, but the
But the pinch pots sell for more than
the
those,
pinch
right?
pots are $10.
If they were 3 for 15.
So
Yeah.
it's like $10 or 3 for 25 or something like that for the pinch pots.
Okay.
And then
Yeah. Because I'm guessing you want to do as many things that are single forms as possible, like no 2-piece attachments or anything like that,
yeah,
right?
no.
Yeah.
Now I could do
And like the tumblers or something like that, like would that be worth, besides the wine glasses, like would it be worth having tumblers that are a little bigger, that are maybe instead of 15 they're
like tall
20?
cups.
Yeah. I just keep relating everything to Rebecca's stuff because it seems so
Well,
similar, and you
I
probably
made 'em
made it.
all.
The tumblers, like
I mean, like
yeah.
all the things you're referring
So I
to,
was
I've
like-
made at Rebecca's, and it's like,
yeah, like your shitty cups are short and wide, but like imagine if that was scaled up and it held 14, 16 ounces or 16, 20 ounces.
yeah, no,
like,
my cups actually, that's a good idea because I have a cup at Gravesco that used to be
I'm just
my
thinking
old
if you-
cups that I used to sell, and it's fucking dope. Like, it's my favorite cup to drink out of for sure at Gravesco. It's a good thing that I'm so biased towards my own stuff.
You're like, I'm the shit.
I know, like sometimes I'll
Give me that Tupperware.
Sometimes I'll get like one of my mugs out of my cupboard and I'm like, damn, this handle is good.
Yeah. Did you? What else was I thinking? Yeah, because that gives you a span, right? You don't want to be overwhelmed with mugs. Mm-hmm. If you give other people options with drinking vessels, you've got your shitty cups, the tall tumblers, the mugs, and then you got the fancy cups. And I don't know if you're doing mini fancy cups, but
I'll do mini fancy cups, yeah.
get
Just because that's like an
gives
easier
people,
price point.
4 to
It's
5
like an easier
options.
price point for people, and they're like, "Oh, this is cute," and it's $50.
I love these $100 ones.
These
but
are
these
50.
are 50.
Yeah,
These are small.
Exactly.
I could put this on my bathroom, or I can just sip some whiskey out of it or
Exactly.
something.
Whiskey, wine, water, whatever. That's the W's. What?
Nice.
What would Becca drink? WWBD. Yeah, okay. And then I like what I want to make.
I think you, yeah, I think you could decide to leave your planters or your garden stakes at home.
Yeah.
On some
Yeah.
at some of those shows.
And what I want to do is make sure to like cater to kitchenware, you know, but also not go fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to start making. I don't know if I should do spoon rests or not, but
I was like holding back from saying that because I don't know how you feel about it.
I don't know. I feel like.
I mean, could you hand
Yeah,
build
I
them
could
in a
hand build
way
spoon
that
rests.
was
I can hand build
enticing?
spoon rests, but I don't feel like they would sell. I don't feel like I've come up with a design for spoon rests that makes.
Maybe put them on the bottom of your list as like a
Yeah.
test. Like maybe after you get your set of featured items.
Yeah, and then also like I was thinking about garlic graters.
Oh yeah, those would be easy. You've done
Yeah,
those
and
before,
I just
right?
use a fork to make the grater part. But the problem
Mm-hmm.
is you have to like when you glaze them, you have to wipe off the inside, and
Mm-hmm.
like yeah,
Where the texture is.
yeah. If I could figure out an easy way to
Okay.
make sponge holders, I would make sponge holders again in a fucking second.
Could you make them in slab built?
Yeah.
Hand build them?
Yes. But I don't know.
I'm sure there's a template you could drape them in or roll them out, cut them, and then put them in some kind of form.
Yeah. Like, I remember I tried to drape them over a 2x4. No, a 1x2.
You need to have something that it's wider than,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it shrinks inward.
Yeah, and so I've got to figure something out. But, yeah, so...
Maybe you can make a set of like 2x4s that are equal distance, and then you have like a cloth or something that goes between them that
Yeah.
you can sag the clay in
This
between.
is what I need an extruder for, because I could make a little template and just extrude it.
That's like a U shape. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. It would kind of like extrude looking sort of like a napkin holder. And then you just
Yeah.
cut it.
Yeah. I don't feel like it has to be... I don't know. Sponge holders are such a conundrum. You know, they're easy to glaze. Super easy to glaze. You have to put cork on the bottom, though.
What's the market for them, you think? Maybe you do that as a test and make 20 of them or something and see how they
Yeah,
sell.
like they used to sell super well when I sold them earlier, and then I would just give people
Yeah.
cork to put on the bottom of them.
Yeah. Maybe just like throw, I don't know, maybe just throw like one test piece, throw a test piece every month or something and try something new and just
Yeah.
see how it works.
Because, like,
if you
there
like
is
it or
still a
not.
chance that I'll go back to Gravesco for the end of the year, like, for, busy
busy
season.
season.
Like, there's definitely a chance of that. And I told her that anything that she needed me to throw, just to put, like, a date on it, to be like, hey, come and throw this by this time, and I'll just come in and make them.
Yeah.
I can feel my body. I feel like there's probably so many people that are like, that understand this when I'm about to say. I can just feel my body feel like I need to make all the things. Like, I just need to make all the things, and...
Why don't you just make like an MVP
Yeah.
list? Most viable product list. That's what you call it when it's like an app that you're trying to get working. Just get the most viable product. Get your featured items. Like maybe you don't throw your tall tumblers in there first. Maybe those are not as
Yeah.
important. And make those month 2.
Okay. Well, yeah, especially with the farmer's market, I need to, like, release slowly. Like, new stuff I need to release slowly.
Yeah.
Because farmer's market have a lot of repeat
then-
customers. So,
Yeah, and maybe like fancy cups are not priority right now because you have fancy stock right
I do.
now, right? So, but maybe you need to make fancy cups every now and then for your own
Yeah.
sanity.
And I need to go back to doing the fancy cups with the actual designs on them because people like those. Well, and I probably need to do fancy cups at least once a month because if I can get $1,000, $2,000 from that, that would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna throw a couple curveballs at you. You mentioned paintings in the past.
Oh yeah, I do. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Are you thinking of adding paintings in the mix to spice up your booth or sell? I'm sure it's a different market for it, and it's different if you're advertising for it.
I would love to.
What you sell.
I would love to. So here's my thought. Here's my idea. There's two things. Now we're ready. Oh, I was like away. I hope that. Oh shit. I hope that my sound was okay.
It sounded good.
Sorry, I got like really relaxed. My notes. Look at my notes.
What is that? That's like a postcard.
It's a to-do post-it.
It's a small to-do. I couldn't read anything on it, but I saw that it was not a very big piece of paper.
It's got a lot of spirals on it. It's got a lot of lines.
Oh, so you were doodling. I thought you were making notes.
I was. There's things on the bottom. Look.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool.
Anyway, so here's what I was thinking. So I really want to start doing paintings, but like large format paintings that are loose. So what I mean by that is that I have a whole roll of canvas and it's 4 feet tall, and I'd love to do like a 4 foot by 2 foot painting that's not in a frame. It's just loose. And it has like 2 rivets up in the top that you can hang it by, and that's it, you know? And it's just like free flowing. And I'd love to sell those for like an appropriate price, you know, like $50, $60 for like.
That's it for a 4 foot by 2 foot painting?
Maybe like $100. And
I was gonna say that sounds too cheap for $50 to $60.
I'm just selling myself out right now. I can't get away from it. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sure. Well, answer. I guess I can ask you, and you could tell me. Are you gonna be more proud about selling those pieces? Or are you gonna be happier about selling that versus the pottery? Okay, so shouldn't you price it higher?
But yeah, even and then doing smaller ones too. But I was thinking that it might be cool because then I could sand them. I could like hang them up on my booth, kind of like how they hang up posters, and you could like flip through them, you know, like kind of like.
Are you talking about the old school posters that were inside the cases, like, and you literally flip them at Target?
Like you could just like not flip them, but they're like hanging up, kind of like clothes, like on a rack, and you just kind of like look through
on a dowel rod or something.
And I was thinking that might be really cool to hang them up like that and do paintings like that, because there is one show that I want to do. It's called Offense of Art. It's a show that's next to a fence, so people hang their art on the fence. So the show is actually called A Fence of Art, which I think is very clever.
Okay. So shitty pots will fit in just right there.
Yeah, and so I could hang art on the fence, and that would be like really well received there. So yeah, that's definitely something that I want to.
And you can roll it up.
Exactly.
Like
that's the dream. Like, I love the idea of a canvas that you can just roll up, take home, and hang up, you know?
Well, I meant for you to roll up and pack out
that too.
To get out of there.
That too.
Or to bring it in. Just have a shallow bin, like under the bed bin, that you just have a bunch of canvases sticking in and rolled up, or even smaller than that. Or even
flat, too. They would still take up way less space flat. So... yeah, that's what I kind of want to do with that. And yes, I would love to sell paintings. I would really love to sell paintings. And the biggest issue that I have is that I don't feel like my clientele likes paintings.
But if it's just, it would just be like something extra to your booth, right? It's not the main focus. It's just like, and if you get enough of the fancy cups, maybe your clientele's like, you know what, I don't really want a fancy cup for $100, but I could buy a painting that's smaller that's got that
Yeah.
similar design if you're keeping that same similar design for
Yeah.
$50, you know.
Yeah, and like, well, and I think that like the pipe dream is that I would love to be able to just paint for the rest of my life, but and sell.
Because you've never have you sold
I
paintings
sold them,
before?
but they didn't sell well.
You have sold some.
Like, they were okay. I gave most of them
Mm-hmm.
away when I moved, but like I have sold a few, and like the one I gave to Jen, I sold to her, and like it's not like I'm.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a difference. If it's a
Yeah.
different sell, right? I mean, you're selling decor
Yeah.
versus
And I mean, like, you
function.
can sell a painting for $600, like a good fucking painting for $600.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Yeah. And maybe you just ease yourself into it. Maybe it's like, hey, I want to paint. I just want to paint a couple days every
Yeah.
couple weeks, one day a week or one day every 2 weeks
Yeah.
or something.
And then also, I've been making that
Don't like make it a
overnight
job,
bag, that canvas bag that I was hand sewing.
Right.
And I found this sewing machine online, and it's a manual sewing machine for leather and canvas, and it was like $100. And so, yeah, and I have a
that's
friend
cool.
that has a friend that actually bought the same one, and they said it works great. And so I'd like to get that and start like sewing canvas bags that are also painted, and like riveting them together. I'm hand sewing the one I'm doing now, and it's taking a long time, and my thumb hurts. So I'm taking a break. but yeah.
Wow.
So
And then I'll ask one more question. Are you still making the glass stuff with your studio friend
I
at
couldn't
Grayscope?
continue because of my hands. So
okay.
I
Two
would
hands
love
and
to be able to get back
hand-intensive.
to that, but I can't twist the glass. My hand
Okay.
falls asleep.
Yeah.
So
You would just do it for fun. If you did it, you wouldn't do it to make a set of them and
yeah,
sell them or
super
anything like
bummed
that.
about that. Honestly, really bummed. I guess I could make the polymer clay jewelry.
Yeah.
Just hoops.
And see how it goes. Yeah. I mean, as long as it kind of fits with everything else that you're
Right.
doing,
And
right?
I don't feel like it
color
would.
wise or
I
style
feel like I
wise.
try to sell jewelry all the time, and I should stop.
Maybe you just wear them to
There you go.
shows and see if anybody bites and see if there's
Yeah,
interest
and plus,
there.
especially at the farmers market, well, at
Ooh,
the
there
farmers
you go.
market, my friend is selling jewelry, and her jewelry is like the shit. So, like, I'm not gonna, I can't even compete with that at all in any way.
Yeah.
I was thinking about like making buttons or something, and then I made like
That's what you were asking about.
and then
buttons.
I made like a test button today, and I was like, nah, not gonna do that. Nope.
Nopers.
Nopers. Yeah, I was like, ooh, that sucks. So, yeah, I think I still would like to have like little grabs,
Yeah.
Ugh.
Are you getting overwhelmed with the options?
No, I was just thinking that I should make stickers. But then I was like, I don't know what to make stickers of.
Don't make stickers. Like, do stickers actually, honestly,
Yes.
actually sell? I get it. The effort is
Clay
low.
stickers
but,
don't sell, but stickers sell. Like, if it was... I could make a sticker of a toaster.
Like, if you made your... What if you did some of your graphics and made them into stickers?
Yeah, I've thought about that, and I don't know how to do that. I don't know how I would do it.
Like, how would you frame it? Is it like it would just end
Right, I
somewhere?
don't know.
Or do you have to do like a triangle?
Yeah, I don't
you
know. Like, I've thought about that, and I don't know how I would do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'll take my iPad to the farmer's market and see if I can draw stuff up, and I don't know, like
Just don't kill yourself with all the options and saying I need to do everything like you mentioned
I
earlier.
won't, but I also was like thinking about, oh, if I did prints or something like that with the paintings, you know, and if they were digital prints, then that would be easy, you know, piece of cake.
Right. Because you could get pretty accurate with the iPad, right? Like, that could be print quality from the iPad.
And like, so I still got to think about it, but right now we're focusing on mugs, wine, pasta bowls, big bowls, pinch pots, fancy pots, and planters and garden stakes. That's what we're focusing on.
Yep. Nice. Are you going to, so I sent you a bunch of shows. Are you going to look at a couple?
Yeah.
Or did I overwhelm you with all the options? I don't want you to have to come to Cincinnati for all of them, but that's what I know. So
no, you didn't overwhelm me, but I also don't want to commit to anything until I do the farmer's market tomorrow to see if I'm going to fucking fail. So, because
or if you're, because when's the last time you did a lot of like interacting with customers at shows on a regular basis?
5 years ago.
I mean, you've done a couple here and there.
Like 4 years ago. And like, I'm not you, so I don't sell like you do. And, like, you're friendly. I'm friendly.
You're more like sit in the back. I'm available.
Yeah, you're available. I'm not.
If you need me.
And so, yeah, like, I don't know. I'm just not good at shows. And I think that everybody that listens to this podcast already knows that. But it's just, like, part of me is like, maybe Indianapolis will like my shit enough so that it's okay, you know? But maybe they won't. But like, you know, at the Graves Coast show, I did almost $1,000. And then at the open house, I did $500, and those are like better than some of my regular shows that I ever did, you know. So, and
the Graves Coast show was that other potters in the shop that actually sell their own stuff.
Yeah,
there?
It was a clay crawl, so like most of the people that were going liked clay in the first place. So,
okay. That's why I think you should sign up for that Pottery Palooza that I talked about. I just want to see. You said the people would not like you there.
He told me that I should sign up for Pottery Palooza, and I told him that if I go to Pottery Palooza, people are going to throw rocks at me.
The customers or the fellow potters
when I show up with my $15 cups and like
they do like pottery demos and stuff there. I told her there's a lot of folks from Queen City Clay that sell there because Ben Clark, the owner of Queen City Clay, actually grew up in Richmond. So like that's his Richmond, Indiana is where it's at. That's where he's from. So he's got a lot of customers there, and that's literally the only show he sells at besides the Queen City shows, where he's staffed, so he has stuff out at the Queen City shows, but he doesn't like actively sell his things because he's focused on education and stuff like that, running the business. So, yeah, I feel like when you're at like a pottery show, you're just in the midst of people that appreciate pottery. So even if it's a $15 thing, like some people can appreciate that. Especially you're different, right? So if your fancy cups there, like you might sell some more fancy cups, you know. Just that's what I was
There's
thinking
no pottery like the fancy cups, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially when you're like brand new, they're like, "Oh, I come to this show all the time, but I've never seen you here. Where are you from? Who are you?"
I'm from the middle of nowhere.
Would you ever do the spring fair that I do?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do it next year.
I mean, you'd have to join the Clay Alliance for $25.
How much is the show?
You can get a corner booth for $160, or you can do a regular 12 by 12 or 10 by 10 for $120.
Is it a one-day show? Fuck that shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna pay $160 for a one-day show. Fuck you.
I sold 4,000 last year. I sold 3,500 this year.
You sell so much. I don't know anybody
Or I
I
didn't
do
sell
not
3,500. Sorry, I sold
It
3,000
is
this year. 2,500 this year.
mind-boggling how much money you make at these fucking shows. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it, and nor does anybody else that's listening to us. Like, I'm speaking for you all, but
I don't do anything special. I don't
I don't
understand
understand
it.
why.
I don't understand why you're so fucking shocked. Every single time I tell you how much I sell at a show, you're like, I don't
I
understand
don't, and
it.
I never will, because, like, I mean, I understand that you're like,
You've been with me at shows. Like, I don't do anything
I know,
special.
and you have like basic bitch pottery, and I don't get it. I don't get it, Ryan. I don't get it.
I think it's a mesh between the price point, the colors, being at the right show, and my personality.
and
I
my
don't know.
personality. Yeah, I know. I was actually telling Mary and Sarah today. I was like, Ryan does so well at these shows. I was like, he's so approachable. He's like just this cute little white boy that all these 50-year-old women are like, ooh, look at that hot piece of meat. Like,
They're looking at the pots for. I almost got you right there, Becca.
no, yeah. I'm just really curious. I mean, we've had this question for years. If I came out and did shows in indie in the Midwest, like if I would sell as well or better than what I did in Washington, you know.
That would honestly, the spring fair would be a perfect equivalent show to compare how our sales go, because you would sell fancy pots there because people come to the show every single year. They're looking for pottery. They're looking for new stuff. And if they've never seen you before and you get a 10 by 10 booth all to yourself, you're definitely going to make a splash because people have not seen
Good point.
your booth.
Good point.
Like there's a dude that sells there. He sells at one show a year.
The
He makes the
Mushroom Man.
mushrooms. The Mushroom Man. These things range from like $40 to like $65, and he sells 150 of them every year.
Do you
Sells
know
out completely.
the Mushroom Man? The
I
Mushroom
do know
Man?
the Mushroom Man. His name is David Mill. He does not have a website. I don't think he lets anybody know about his business other than for that show.
Oh my god.
And he's perfectly content with making them
Can
once
we
a
do a
year.
recording doing the Do You Know the Muffin Man, but the Mushroom Man, and send it to him?
Oh, you should do that.
Do you know the Mushroom Man? The Mushroom Man? The Mushroom Man!
He lives on, I don't know, Lane? Millhouse Lane? Ooh.
He
That's his
lives on
business name,
Spring Fair
Millhouse
Lane.
Pottery. Spring Fair Lane.
Oh. We should probably stop talking. It's 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody got any
I think it's just the process, the thought process going into it as you're shifting your
Yeah.
business, figuring out where you're going next,
yeah.
but also figuring out where your boundaries are and what's going to overwhelm you, what's going to keep you
Right.
going. I mean, what's your timeline you're looking for here? You're trying to get yourself through to the winter time when
I don't know how much work she's going to have. I don't know when it's going to pick up. I don't know. And that's also the thing, right? Like, I don't know if she's going to be like, hey, we have money now. Like, you can come back. And, like, what if I don't want to come back? And what if, like, you know, like, I pay $1,000 in rent. Like, you know, when I was doing shows and stuff before, all I had to do was pay my studio fee. Like, this is the first time in a while that I've had actual living fees. So, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you've got some options, right? You have a customer base already that you can pull from
For sure.
online. You're figuring out, you know, how to sell in person with this market. And then, you know, you've got production. Like, I was also thinking separately, and this kind of seemed like something you've kind of done it already, but like going to other people's studios, not killing yourself to work, but like helping them out every now and then. doing
Yeah,
something
for
fun
sure.
for yourself
Um,
to make a little
yeah,
bit of money, but I don't know if that would be feasible financially to do that a lot,
right,
but maybe that's something fun
for
to.
sure. I also like I was thinking I'm like if I had my old glazes, I would not be worried at all right now. I feel like my old glazes were so fucking good that like they rode me because everyone was different, you know? Like
Hmm.
and every combo was interesting. You know, there was 10 glazes and they were all interesting.
Hmm.
So,
Why don't you have those? Because you're using glazes that you've
yeah, and I think
inherited.
that once those go away, I'll probably go back to my old glazes. Sorry, Isaac. Um, reclaiming the glazes. But yeah, but then even then, it's like mixing the glazes and stuff. I have to go to Rebecca's studio, and then hopefully, like she still does the deal where we just pay her for the stuff, you know, and I can use her stuff. But
Hmm.
oh,
Yeah.
I gotta go to Kentucky Mudworks while we're in Louisville. Yeah,
Are
I
you getting
gotta
some
get some
clay?
clay
Nice.
because I've gone through 200. No, I've gone through 100 pounds in a week. So
Wow. When's the last time you got
a
clay?
while ago, I haven't thrown in like 2 months. So
Okay. Yeah, I'm totally stocked up on Mudworks clay because the last time I got 1,000 pounds from Queen City when they got the stock in finally, and I've got about 30 boxes of Mudworks clay. And I've got like 5 boxes of Laguna left, so I'm gonna have to restock some Laguna, but I still have about 8 boxes stacked up in the garage that I need to bring
yeah, if
downstairs.
I start producing like I used to produce, 30 boxes won't last me very long. So
Yeah. Are you is there a place up in Indy that you can get Kentucky
no,
Mudworks clay, or do you have to go
it has to
through?
be shipped.
No.
And like we can like add, you know, to the
Add
palette,
to the
but
palette
yeah,
that Rebecca gets.
but we won't be getting clay for a
That's
while
good.
because uh, they ran out of Big Turtle. so, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think you got plenty of options. You got plenty of
yes.
things to do on the list here. I hope that show goes well for you
Yeah, and I
tomorrow.
think the backyard craft show
Hopefully
will be a
the
good marker too. You know,
yeah, because you'll have a bigger
yeah, because
selection than you had
last year I
last
made
year.
$600 with the shittiest looking table ever. Like,
Do you have your own tablecloth at
I don't
least
even have a
now?
tablecloth because my tables look nice. Um,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, that was a shit-tastic table. It was great. I know that Joe loved it. Old Forge Creations. He was like, "This was my
Yeah,
favorite table
yeah.
setup ever."
Well, you'll have an actual booth this
Yeah, I'll
time,
have an
so
actual booth, and I have 2 shelves and 2 tables. So, yeah, I got
nice. Oh yeah, because you got some
the
fancy
origami
shelves,
shelves.
right?
And by the way, I got a ton of people asking me questions where I got those. If you just Google origami shelf on or search origami shelf on Amazon, just get the off-brand ones. I think mine was like
They're more
$50 for a
affordable.
3-tier one, and then it was maybe maybe it was $60 for a 3-tier one, and then maybe 110 for a 5-tier. But
What does an origami mean? Is that the
yeah,
brand, or that's just the way it
origami is the
stacks or
fancy
something?
brand, and they stack flat, so they like fold out. So then you can fold them back in, and
Oh.
they're about like my 5-tier one is maybe 4 inches wide, and like when it folds up,
Oh, so it like
mm-hmm.
accordions in the middle?
Yeah,
Oh, and
no,
is
it's
it
metal.
wood? It's metal.
Yeah,
Okay. Nice.
yeah. So,
Okay.
hmm
Okay, I'll add a reminder to get that mug rack for you. And I'll bring
we'll
that with
see if
me
it works
tomorrow.
because you don't put your handles on them; you put a string on it.
No, I can. I mean, I can bring some of that twine.
No, I've got plenty. I've got plenty.
Some extra.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you should probably twine them.
Okay.
That's the easiest for me. I don't want to risk putting the mug handles on there and then people take them off. Or that's where if it did get jostled, they could fall off.
For sure.
And I still need to put a blog post about that.
Oh,
I've never
you know
done
what
that.
I did? Do you know what I did?
I need to do a lot of blog posts.
Speaking of weights, I was like, I do not want to go for the fucking fence post PVC weights. So I bought, I bought the sandbags on Amazon for like $25 today, and they came in a day. And I'm gonna go to Lowe's.
Yeah, I have some of those. Somebody gave me, and I have yet to.
Yeah,
do
I'm gonna go to Lowe's
them.
and fill them up with sand tomorrow. So I just figure those posts are so long. Like, where the fuck are you gonna put them? And like,
are you talking about ones that go the length of the leg,
like
basically, that are
3
really
feet
dense,
tall or whatever? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you mean where are you gonna put them in your car when you're going to and from, or? I put them in my floorboard behind my seat.
Right. I have tables behind my seat.
But they are heavy as shit, and they're not fun.
Nothing's fun when it comes to weights.
Yeah, you'll have to see how those sandbags do with the weather and stuff.
I think they're waterproof. They're like Euromax brand. So they should be good.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Yeah, I got some generic ones. I've yet to do anything with it. I was going to, I mean, maybe I'll use them if I go to a show that's like going to risk having wind or something, but I've never got sand for them or anything, so.
I was like, you know what? What the fuck? Like, I don't want to fucking make anything. Just fucking buy it.
Yeah. I have yet to remake them. They've been cracked for like 2 years, and I'm still not. I just put them in the back of the booth, and I'm like, I'm not going to remake these.
That's the thing I hate about the PVC pipes is because they look so shitty. Like after 2 years, they just like they because
they're all cracked,
like, disintegrate. Yeah. It's just they look terrible. So, yeah.
I feel like you would do it, and you would like paint them fun colors or something.
Yeah. I'm trying to have a respectable booth.
Go the sand
with my black shelves and black tables.
You still got your colored paint legs on the
I do.
booth,
neon green and neon orange.
Still adds a little spice to it.
Spice up your life.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, good luck at the farmers market tomorrow. You can tell me about it this weekend, and we'll be there for the Becca Craft Show. People are not going to hear this until after that, but I hope we both sold well. I think I sold more than you, and yeah, we'll see
you
how it
sold
goes.
1,400 last year, and I sold 600.
Okay. Do you want to guess what we're going to sell this year?
Let's do that. Okay, I'm going to sell... Wait, what are you going to guess?
I'm going to guess 1,600.
I want to sell 1,000.
Okay.
Do you...
Either way, I think I'm going to sell more than you.
Let's be real. Let's be real, guys.
Just because I have a lot of people that know me
that would come. You went to high school there. Like, duh.
I grew up there.
Yeah, for reals. Cool. Okay. See you later, alligator.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Yo, yiggity yo. It's Becca here. Hey, just so you know, thank you for listening. And also, we have... What do we have again? A Patreon. We have a Patreon that you should go, and if you want to donate to, you could donate to it. If you don't, that's cool too. But just Google Wheel Talk Podcast Patreon. Don't do the other one, because there is a Wheel Talk on Patreon, but it's not us. So make sure you get the right one. It's in the show notes. And also, leave us a review, because they're fun to read. Okay, bye!